COVID-19. That new, more contagious strain of the virus, first identified in Britain, has now been found in 2 U.S. states, Colorado and now California. There are new questions tonight about just how widespread it already is. This as health officials vow to pick up the pace of the vaccine rollout after acknowledging the effort has fallen.
You need to repent, go watch the news. All of the prophecy coming true. He sent his son to die for you. Follow his steps, you make it through. Euphrates rivers drying up. The 12 tribes don't rise up. The devil knows it's time up. Messiah coming, I'm fired up. Rumors of war, we at the door. In the tribulation, please endure. In your patience, possess your soul. Earthquakes and pestilence coming more. Come up out of my people. Default done did so much evil. These players is coming, they won't leave you. Famine nuclear missiles gon' kill that eagle. We got angels, they got demons. For the most I protect you and keep you. The love of many gon' ask call. And the tribulation gon' let you know. Your truth, they truth, my truth. His life, his death, the truth. No vaccine gon' mean some sacrifice. Would you lose it all to leave afterlife? These plagues are coming to the earth. America about to get hurt. Keep having visions, I'm alert. Babylon is going down, it's in his word. Come up out of my people. Jeremiah 50, pray I see you. All but sing angels cause we need you. Having visions, I keep seeing yelling and screaming. A fake Messiah coming, don't let him deceive you. All them signs and lying wonders gon' be evil. Messiah opening them seals. Keep them commandments, y'all, cause this body get real. Lockdowns coming back. Them plagues coming, nobody could send them back. Hold back your wings, seal your elect. Hold back your wings, seal your elect. You need to repent, go watch the news. All of the prophecy coming true. He sent his son to die for you. Follow his steps, you make it through.
Good evening, I'm Chris.
Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for tonight. I am Kyle. Yes, tonight, man, we got a special one. I'm just trying to get this thing straight. Disconnect that there and switch over to that there. There we go. All right, we should be much better now. You know what I mean? Got rid of that there old YouTube. YouTube pulls a lot from our broadcast, our stream. So everybody's coming back on in. So I see I got about a 3-minute delay. I see my brother Edon and switched on over here. So we got about a 3-minute delay from the live, but we're gonna let everything catch up. So we're gonna get into our show tonight. So part two of Simon Toko and the redemption of the accused. Uh, I want to see if I stop this and start this game. Will that help it right quick? All right, so here we go. And I'm debating, should I go back live on Facebook the way that I was normally, and this is not going the way I want. So we went back to old fashioned, you know what I'm saying, Aaron? So we back live on Facebook the other way. So here we go. So this information tonight, again, is very important. We're sitting in a Yep, I'm putting it on Facebook, yeah, so it'll be available the next day no matter what. Thank you, my brother. Exactly what I'm gonna do. So when we're talking about this Simon Toko, and we're talking about redemption of the accused. Simon Toko was accused as well. But in this guy, this Simon Toko, T-O, you can't find him in Wikipedia, can't find him in Britannica, but you have these official accounts from net. Some say that Simon Toko was the reincarnation, so to speak, of Simon Kambungo. Simon Kambungo. Yeah, I see Chanel's in the building. Aaron's on switched over. So Simon Kambungo was a guy that was in Angola as well as a prophet. He has a church that's very prevalent and recognized by the Dutch government. He was a man that was in prison for I think 11 or 15 years, maybe longer. Um, and in his ministry, they say while he was in jail, they believed that Simon Toko had his spirit was this is crazy, right? Because I don't believe it happened that way. The way they have it written in the loose things is why I'm bringing it up, because they'll say that he was the reincarnation, but Simon Kambungo was alive. See, Simon Kambungo was born in 1887, and Simon Toko was born in 1911 or 12. The thing that Simon Toko did, there's a national holidays behind. Simon Kambungo wasn't in that. He was in jail at the time. So they're saying that both of them were alive at the same time, but yet he appeared through Simon Toko. So these Kambungoists think that Simon Kambunga was the spirit of Simon Toko, even though he was in jail, because they believe Kambunga was their, what the Baptist church would call Jesus Christ. Because all of this is Eastern documented, Eastern civilization documented, you don't have a whole bunch of Westerners um, with articles or talking about it. Well, that should be expected, because if these men existed, and obviously Kumbunga does exist, has a church, did go through the persecution, Simon Toko has a holiday for him in Angola for what he did with the cherubim that was the direct result of a year later, the Congo being freed and becoming its own republic away from the Dutch because of what Simon Toko did. So it gets odd, to say the least. But we're going to go and read about Kumbungas, right? So this Kumbungas, this is from the Britannica. Now, Britannica doesn't have Simon Toko. When you put in Simon Toko in the Britannica or in Wikipedia, you'll get Simon Kumbunga. Now, they say he is the church of Jesus Christ on earth, the prophet Simon Kumbungu, largest independent African church in the first to be admitted in 1969 to the World Council of Churches. It takes its name from its founder, Simon Kumbungu. Kumbungu is spelled Kimbangu. I'm into something that you've never heard of and you won't hear of in the mainstream. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it coincides with our lesson of the redemption of the accused. Because all of us, and I'm going to introduce some words to you guys tonight. Bantu, Bantu. Bantu are the Shemitic people. The Bantu are, through DNA, shown to be most of sub-Saharan Africa, which we know in history to be called Negro land. It butts right up to Upper Egypt, which is really flipped because Lower Egypt is Egypt and then southern, the northern is actually the south. Craziness. Anyway, that's because some know the map to be upside down. That's a whole nother subject about the map being upside down. But one would say it's odd that in ancient days, Upper Egypt would be below the Nile and Lower Egypt was above the Nile, touching the Mediterranean. If you flip the map upside down, then that would work. Well, that's enough of that. This guy, Simon Kumbungu, largest independent African church and the first to be admitted in 1969 to the World Council of Churches. It takes its name from its founder, Simon Kumbungu, the Baptist mission catechist of the Lower Congo region, who in April 1921 inaugurated a mass movement through his miraculous healings and biblical teachings. In October 1921, Kumbungu was charged with insurrection by the Belgian colonial authorities and imprisoned for life. In diverse forms, the movement continued clandestinely as Nguism, prophetism. Nguism, as spelled Ngunzism, and in African culture, the Ng is pronounced Ngu, Ng, and the U, Ngu-ism, right? Ngunism. So, and mass deportations during government persecutions helped to spread it. After toleration, the same way that Martin Luther King, by being persecuted, got many people to follow. The same way that in your life, when people are witness to your travesties or persecutions, your accusations, right? Your accusations, that when people see you stand on the Most High, they become followers. It says, After toleration in 1957, were emerged the main organized groups that was legally recognized in 1959. So after he was in prison for life in 1921, groups came out that still followed him, but because it was illegal, they called it different things. And Inganism was one, and then there's another one that says deportations and persecutions. It made it spread, but after toleration in 1957, there emerged the main organized group that was legally recognized in 1959, 2 years afterwards. This church spread widely in Central Africa, transcending class, tribal, and national boundaries, and developed a hierarchical organization under Kambangu's three sons, with Nkamba, the prophet, with Nkamba, the prophet's birth and final burial place, called the New Jerusalem. The church eschews politics, doesn't deal with politics, and embraces a Puritan ethic, rejecting the use of violence, polygamy, magic, and witchcraft, alcohol, tobacco, and dancing. Its worship is Baptist in form. That's what Westerners, when they look at it, they call it Baptist. Well, when you understand that Catholicism was Roman, and the people that they took over were us, the actual Hebrews, we practice the way we practice from ancient days, as it's speaking here. So it looks like Baptist, but it's actually in Bantu people that you find from the American blacks that do their DNA to the Bantus there, to scientists telling you that original man came from the area of Bantu. That would be a little lower than West Africa than Mauritania. That's where they get Adam from. And it says, though the institutions of communion was not introduced until 1971, so they didn't have this body of Christ and blood of Jesus. They only did that because after being brought in 1959 by the Catholics, they start making them do things that the Catholics do, because see, the Catholics have to sell you Jesus. And it says, until 1971, extensive social services in agriculture, healing, education, youth work, and cooperatives makes it a modernizing agency for membership variously estimated at from 1 million to 3 million. Many of the smaller were loosely organized groups in Central Africa also regarded Kambangu as God's special prophet. I see in the building Big T Black. I was talking about how you did it on Second and Drive this year. Boy. So, as you will see, this Kambangu is right. And I want to go back to my other section. So we see that they believe that Simon Toko was the reincarnation of this Kumbungu, because he did the same things that Kumbungu did by healing and doing other things. But see, the difference is that Toko was actually chopped up in pieces and reformed. Toko stopped the airplane in midair. She says, now remember our dates, right? That in 1959, this became a religion. Kabongo was in jail. He went in jail in 1921, right? So let me go back to that, make sure I got that right. So yeah, in 1921, right? So he was in prison for life in 1921, and then we have Simon Toko. It says all right. I'll read a little bit. Go up, right? Now, this guy, Simon Toko, was born in 1921. 20 years later, 41, Kabungo was killed. So Kabungo and them are alive at the same time. So now in 1949, Simon Toko and 35 members of his choir called the Mayenge at the house of a man named Vinga Ambrosio. The choir began to sing, waiting for the time to pray. Now, this is a time when these people saw that through Simon Toko singing in his praise that he was able to bring the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, there. He told the white people, said that he was doing witchcraft. The Caucasians said he was doing witchcraft, and he said to them, why is it when I can bring the Spirit of the Most High, is it witchcraft, but when you do it, you're God. It says, some saw heavenly light and heard celestial voices. Others were able to communicate clearly with people several kilometers from where the prayer was taking place. The excitement about the miracles that happened at this new Pentecost led Simon Toko's followers to spread all over town and start preaching the building of the Most High's kingdom. This attracted the attention of the Belgian colonial authorities, who viewed the activity as threatening commotion. So the Belgians, who were dealing with Kabungo, right? And now you got Toko. So you got more than one. They're coming back to back, is what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to understand, Alana, that as Yasha came, so these came. As Ezekiel came, so these came. As Jeremiah came, so these came. As there is one for us now. It says, within about 3 months, the police began jailing the preachers. They were jailed and prosecuted as promptly as were the Kabungoists. So Simon Toko and Simon Kabungo, they both got their own ministries. One is in Pentecost and one is in Baptist. I really want y'all to, I'm breaking this down slowly so everybody can get this, Chanel. I want them to truly get the powers that are happening with the Most High, with his people, because these titles of religions are just titles. His people are his people. Catholic, Baptist, Pentecost, Presbyterian, whatever you want to call it, it's his people. Now, you have the world that want to put labels on the type of worship they were doing, but this is the type of worship that was brought to them. They already had a worship so much that they could see what was happening in Africa and look at it directly as the same way it's done in America, because they're all Bantu people. See, it's the same people from Africa to here. The same people are Bantu people. See, we talk about Africa and us coming from Africa and us being Aboriginal here. We have to stop thinking that the only way we got here was through the transatlantic slave trade. That cannot be the only answer for the fact that we have the same culture, the same rhythm, the same feel, the same action, the same blood. It's not just transatlantic slave trade. I see Alan in the building. Thank all praise for coming in the building. See, we have been traveling between these continents, not just from Africa, but to China, to Asia, to the Pacific, to Japan. We are Aboriginal people. That's copper-colored people. There is no Aboriginal Caucasian unless you're at the Caucasus Mountains. So that would mean that everything else Aboriginal would be melanated. So when we are seeing the writers speak of these two men that were touched by the Most High, that did these miracles in a place that was being oppressed by the worst slavers in history, the Belgian, the Dutch. If you don't know about who Leopold is, do some research on Leopold. And this actually happened in Leopoldville. And we're talking about 1920s, 1950s. We're not talking about 1800s. We're not talking about the 1716 or 1500s. We're talking about 1800s where we had actual prophets like Ezekiel and Jeremiah that did great things to save their people, to break the oppression of the Belgian government to where they became an independent. Here in America, we hear about the fact that the Congo became independent, and we're like, yeah, but we don't know how it happened. See, they didn't have an army. See, in Angola, they didn't have an army that was able to overthrow the Belgian Dutch army. It was between these two men, Simon Kabongo and Simon Toko, that they got their independence from the entire Dutch government. You didn't hear about a war between Angola and the Dutch, Belgium. You didn't hear about that. So let's read what happened here, right? So we're talking right before the Belgian government topples, right? Who is connected with Portuguese, right? With the Portugal government. Portugal and Dutch are major slave traders. They're the ones, when you have dumb diverse, you know that Portugal had all of South America as their territory for slavery to import and export from the Congo, Angola, as well as Benin, Wayuda, and the west coast of Africa. Not to mention the Hebrews that were expelled in the 1400s from Spain and Portugal. So, with that said, in the 1921, so it says, within about 3 months, the police began jailing the preachers. They were jailed and prosecuted as promptly as were the Kabongoists. The followers of Simon Toko's messenger, Simon Kabongo, who himself was in prison from 1921 until his death in 1951. So understand, all the things that Simon Toko did, it was during the time that Simon Kabongo was in jail. Simon Kabongo died in jail. Simon Toko picked up the banner. The church is behind Kabongo, but he died in jail. So in 1951, some were beheaded, burned alive, their homes drowned in the river, or shot without being prosecuted. Finally, the colonialists decided to deport them. The wives, husbands, and children were separated from their families and homes by hundreds and even thousands of kilometers. When miracles started taking place among the new followers of Kabongo, the Belgian authorities tried to suffocate the new messianic. All that means is the message, that means anointed. Anointed group at once on October 22nd, 1949. Remember, this is 3 years or 2 years before Kabongo dies in jail. He dies in 51. Simon Toko out of jail. October 22nd, 1949, Simon Toko and 3,000 of his companions, 3,000 of his companions were put into different jails of Tria and Ndolo. After 3 months in jails, a decree was passed to deport them out of the country. When Simon Toko started revealing himself, the Belgian administration of the jail in Ndolo was named Parrot. He abused the Tokoist prisoners, hurling racist insults, always ended with filthy nigger. So, in the Congo, they're called niggers. In America, called niggers. In New Orleans, we got a Congo Square. Bantu, same people, us. So, filthy nigger, you're going back to nigger country in Angola. Tired of the abuse, Simon Toko replied sharply to Parrot, "Know that if there is a stranger here, it is you. to show you that I am home. So he's telling Toko was telling him that homie, Angola, all of Africa is my home. Like you sending me back to another spot that's my home. So he says, to show you that I am home, the day you make the injustice of departing me from the Belgian Congo, I'll have you carrying my bags alongside me. Simon Toko held up both hands, spread out his fingers, and told the abusive Belgian to count them. He said, I give 10 years to the Belgians, not one more or less, to leave this country. I see in the building, Kamara. No one at the time comprehended the sublime words. However, the disciples of Simon Toko understood later that the day they were deported, Parot fell dead. Right? So the man dies. So as for the other mystery statement by Toko 10 years later, in 1960, the Belgians were obliged to leave their rich colony of the Congo. But to impel this event, Simon Toko unleashed his army. So this is how, and I want you guys to really understand what we're saying here. This is the entire Belgian government that had been enslaving anyone that's talking different. This man said 10 years to the day, you guys gonna leave. And how did he do it? Listen very closely because you've never heard this before. He unleashed his army. The incredible story is very well known throughout Central Africa and will be reported in greater detail in another book. The event was witnessed by 1,000 people on January 4th, 1959. Now, there is a holiday in Angola for this event to this day. In 1959, some of the author's own relatives were there, so eyewitnesses. But so are there thousands of citizens of the city of Kinshasa, who witnessed it on that day alive at the writing. January 4th is now a public holiday in Kinshasa, and ceremony commemorates this event. Kinshasa was called Leopoldville, so the same place that Leopold did the most atrocities. They have this salvation of this messianic leader of their freedom. The citizens of Leopoldville saw an army of about 1,000 very small men, about the size of children or dwarfs, with very muscular, imposing bodies. Each of these diminutive human-looking creatures showed great strength. For example, a witness saw one of them flip a 5-ton truck over with one arm. The Belgian soldiers fired at these little brown angels to no effect. Terrified, the colonial army was thrown into confusion. The little men disappeared as suddenly as they had appeared. 1 year after this amazing mass apparition, the Democratic Republic of Congo was a new and independent country. So let's look at this holiday, right? Angola holiday, right? That they have. Kinshasa. We're going to look this up. Computer's moving a little slow. Forgive me, guys. There we go. So here we got festival. Kinshasa is popping up. So you put in January 4 Kinshasa holiday, it pops up and it shows you the people. Yeah, give me that Kinshasa East. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not showing the festival. Let me see. It's just showing me Kinshasa. That's just showing me refuge from the Congo. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me give you all allafrica.com. January 4th, Liberation Struggle. It says National Liberation Struggle the following year that culminated in the country's independence. This was Thursday. Oh, they don't give me much information. Goodness gracious. Well, as you see, I'm just trying to show you guys that this what Simon Toko did with all of these angels is a commemoration of a national holiday in the Congo of Africa. In the Congo of Africa, national holiday. Those people are being accused of being subhuman and slaves and not the Most High's people. That's what they're being accused of. They're being accused of being coming from apes. They're accused of being nothing but slaves. And the Most High says, no, my children, they are not. They are my inheritance. The Bantu, from America to Africa to China to Europe. That's right, especially Eastern Europe. We're talking France, British. Yeah, we were inhabiting it first. So I'm bringing all this information tonight. I'm speaking about who this Simon Toko is, who this Simon Kumbungo is, how Angola got its independence, that it was not through a military action. It was through the Most High and through those people praying unto the Most High, singing and giving praise. Said they were jailing them. They didn't stop. They believed in what they were doing. They were a movement under the Most High. The Most High says when we come together as a collective conscious, as loving each other, as being what He has said for us to do, regardless of how we feel about it, that He will bring supernatural things to save us. He will bring His prophets directly to us. Cultural appropriation tonight is what our Wednesday night show is. And as we stated, they tried to kill him. They tried to assassinate him. They cut him in half. They did all these things, but they were unable to kill him. He died on his own. Hold on, trying to find my tab. There we go. So when he died, during the night of December 31st, 1984, when the media announced the death of Simon Toko, thunderclaps of virtual seismic force and torrential rains burst the skies like Luanda. It had not rained in this area for several years. Meteorologists were mystified. For 3 days, the rain fell continuously. The occurrence of this event was attributed to all the rumors surrounding the death of this great prophet. Simon Toko was born in 1918, February 24th, in the northern village of Angola. Not long after Simon's birth, a missionary at a Baptist missionary, again, They put them in the Pentecost church. They put Combongos in the Baptist. These are the names that Europeans gave us as they tried to recraft our book and recraft us. Let's get to some scriptures tonight so that we can understand what to do in the midst of this, because there's always going to be salvation, so you choose it. Our lives are every day, every decision is, do you want salvation? Or do you want to be caught up in your own feelings? Or do you want to be caught up in your own emotions? Do you want to be caught up in your own dogma, your own rules, your own mind? Or do you want to see things from a different perspective? Because salvation isn't going to come through your mind. If you're not one of these prophets that the Most High has sent, then your mind most likely cannot be the salvation for everyone else, no matter how well you think, no matter how many answers you believe the Most High has given you. Salvation is a keen thing, and if you're speaking it from His word. It's not from your mind and not from your feelings, not from your hopes or your desires. So when we go to Zechariah chapter 8, sit the road drives of this cancer. I had it set up. Look for it. Looking for it. I see Body by Blaze tapped in with us. There we go. Zechariah. So when we go to Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16, and it reads, "These are the things that you shall do. Speak you every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates." So the only judgment that we're supposed to give to anyone, that means judging from homosexuality to kids with no manners, right? All judgment is supposed to be done in truth and peace. When the Most High says that if you have wisdom and you are passing it along, you do not give it to the ones that do not want it. You are asking for personal persecution. So you will see many people on corners or trying to push their envelope. Well, that's not how the Most High wants us to do it. Even the people that are Catholics in the New Testament, and they get this, go out and preach to the nation, preach my word, what you read instead of just listen to the preacher, right? To the priest, right? It actually said that he said that when you walk into a house, say, "Peace be unto you." You know, Assalamu alaikum, salam assalam, you know, all that, you know. He says, say that when you walk in the house. If nobody is wanting to give that, nobody says peace back, nobody recognize that you're coming in love, he said, and know that that peace will come back unto you. Know that there's a great possibility that the words you saying, ain't nobody gonna want to hear that. If nobody can tell you peace back, they probably ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. So even today, when I'm starting to talk to somebody, even if they're one of my friends, and I start to go deep into some, like something happened of the world, and I can tie it to one of these scriptures and I bring it on into my friend, I realize they get to a point where they done tune me out. Because that's not what they wanted to hear. They didn't want to go deep into it. They want to just stay on the top level of it. Well, top level can be truth, and you can be peaceful in the top level. It's only when you go deep that you really find out the things of your heart that aren't exactly aligned with righteousness. That's hard for a lot of people to look at themselves and discover that. So, but the Most High says that if you're going to judge, you don't do it with anger. You don't do it with spite. You don't do it with judicial, municipal orders. You do it with truth and in peace in your gates, in your home, in your area, in your neighborhood, your community. These are the things that you shall do. Speak you every man the truth to his neighbor. So when I speak about Simon Toko and Simon Combongos and these miraculous things of a man being cut in pieces and then forming himself back into one piece, and speaking the word of the Most High. Not no devilish or follow me and say I'm your preacher. No, he didn't do any of those things. He was a choir leader. The guy Simon Kabungle, who the whole religion that they have out there is set behind him. All he did was heal people. Toko was the one they were trying to kill. They were dropping him out of a plane with a priest. The priest came and asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "Tell the Pope Matthew 24," which is the same thing that Yahshua told the priest that came to him and asked him who he was. He said, "Tell him what you see. You see me healing. You see me taking care of the people. That's what I am. Ain't got no names." See, when they tell you that Jesus is the only begotten Son, well, what are his angels? What is Michael? Michael's not his son? How can their figure, their image, be the only one? Don't that sound a little odd to you? Only begotten Son? What happened to Raphael? What happened to Michael? I mean, I know they want to disown Lucifer. I get that, right? I get the fact where you want to, kick that whole Lucifer thing out. But Lucifer was his son too. I mean, sometimes you just got to open your ears and hear the lies that are being put forth to you. So, Simon Toko, a man that stopped an airplane in midair, a man that was chopped in pieces, died on his own fruition. And he chose to, no matter all the things they tried to do to him. So this truth that I'm speaking is for everyone to hear. So let's go to Proverbs 12, right? We're going down to verse 17. And it says, "He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit." When we're speaking every day and we're speaking of what we think and what we want, is that truth? Is it the truth because we said it and that's what we truly feel? But that's not what Proverbs 17 is talking about. Proverbs 17 is talking about speaking the truth to the Most High. When it said in Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16, that you are speaking judgment of truth and in peace. So even if you're speaking this truth or you're giving your testimonies or however you're doing, it's supposed to be in peace of all. Then it's supposed to be of righteous words. Anything else would be of a witness of deceit. That's what the words are saying. This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 17. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. See, there is that speaketh like a piercing of a sword. There's people that can say very hard things, very rough things, very how can I say, very sadistic things, very selfish things, very mean things, right? It says it cuts like a sword. It says, but the tongue of the wise, their words is of healing. Their words is right here, 12:17. It's not my words, not me saying this. This is not Kayel. This is what the scripture says. He that speaketh truth showeth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is that speaketh like a piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is healing. So wise is connected to righteousness and speaking truth. Deceit is connected to piercing and sword. Let's go to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25. And it says, wherefore, putting away lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor. For we are members one of another. Wherefore, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25, wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor. This is what we're supposed to do while we are being persecuted. This is what we're supposed to be doing while we're being falsely accused. No matter what is going on around us, and no matter how we give it, just make sure you're giving the truth of righteousness. Now, the Most High wants you to do it in peace, but I understand. Trust me, me of all people with the temper that I have, I understand how hard it is sometimes to give that truth with love and you know, softness. When I've been attacked, it's hard for me to respond with love. You know, that turn of the cheek is a thing that is supposed to be only for our people. I was so against it and knew it was wrong from jump. I never practiced turning of the cheek. I'm like, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you. So now, these days, understanding the Most High and what He means by turn of the cheek, I only turn the cheek to my loved ones. I only show grace and mercy and calm and patience to my loved ones. Everyone else, man, I ain't got nothing for you, man. Like you get it what it is. Like really, because we at the end. I'm gonna give it in peace and truth the first time. You don't like it, I'll even try again to give it to you in peace. Third time, you're gonna get it how it is because you don't want to understand or you don't want to accept what truth has been given. So at that point, a person that's being rational and the other is irrational, the irrational don't realize that they've been given opportunities. The irrational don't realize that somebody in front of them is presenting peace and presenting an alternative measure. No. But the rational are very much taking note of what the business is because that's the Most High. The rational is the righteous. The rational, the righteous are the ones that are repeating His word and waiting for the Most High to handle His business because you told me to say this and you told me you're going to handle it after that. So I give that to you. It says Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25, wherefore putting away lying. Don't talk about what's in your flesh. Don't talk about what you feel when you're being accused. It doesn't matter what you feel when you're being accused. You have to address the accusation. And in that accusation, the Most High says, speak truth. Don't go nowhere else. Don't go no other place. You stay on truth. Any other place, you lose. Any other place, you're slipping. Any other place, they caught you slipping. Stay on the truth because it don't change. It don't waver. It don't lie. So the Most High say, go tell your neighbor about this good news, this baraka, this Besserah, good news. That you can stand on something that don't lose. You can stand on something that don't lose. So as we're being persecuted, we're being falsely accused. What are we to do? We are to speak truth. When Simon Toko and Simon Kumbungu were being persecuted in Angola, they spoke the truth. They spoke that they were messianic of the Most High, that they were there to help and to heal the widow, the orphan, the poor, the needy, the weak. He was there for, because the only power that was there was the Belgian government. So they were there to help the children of the Most High take out an oppressor. And they did it through prayer. Through prayer. That's how they did it. Through prayer. And speaking the truth, baby. Let's go to 2 Timothy. Then we got Psalms. I'm letting you guys out here for the night. 2 Timothy chapter 1. We're going to drop down to verse 7. And it says, "For the Most High had not given us the spirit of fear." No, he did not. "But of power and of love and of sound mind." See, when I just spoke in Ephesians about not letting your flesh be what you speak, because that's a lie, because that's what you want. You're not speaking with the Most High. Unless you're speaking what the Most High wants, your flesh is a lie. Let's say it all together. Our flesh is a lie. Every man's a liar. Can we all say it together? Our flesh is a lie. Every man's a liar. So nobody should be offended here. Every man's a liar. Every man's flesh is a lie. Everybody. So the Most High says, speak truth and give judgment in that truth. See, you don't have to judge nobody. All you have to do is give them truth. In that truth, they will know judgment. They will hear judgment of the Most High, not of you. See, when you speak about how you feel, when you start the sentence off and saying, I don't like this or that. I don't like homosexuality. I don't like Christianity. I don't like Muslim. That's all you. I don't like prostitution. I don't like governments. That's all you. The Most High says, speak the truth, his truth, because what you like is irrelevant. What you like is irrelevant. The Most High says, start to like the things that are righteous. He didn't say, I'm going to change my commandments to fit what you think is righteous. He says, no, if you want to know what righteousness is, then follow what I'm doing. He's not negotiating this with you. So again, it's going back to you thinking whatever you're thinking in your mind. It doesn't matter. The Most High could care less how you feel, what you thought, what emotion, what problems. He could care less. He says, do it this way. Do it with peace and give my word, because that don't falter. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Get it? See, that's a beautiful place. That's your Porsche engine just revving. When you understand that and you ain't got no issue with that, you ain't got no personal feelings about that, when you have allowed that yoke of the Most High to get on you, when you say, I only want what righteousness is, I find joy in the thing that the Most High says, okay, as opposed to the world telling me I can have whatever I want, but they're going to tax me. I can have whatever I want, but I can be in poverty. I can have whatever I want, but I got to follow their God. I can have whatever I want, but I got to worship them. I can have whatever I want, but I can never have what they got. When the Most High says over here, this righteousness, everybody can have it. From the bottom to the top, everybody can have it. From the bottom to the top, everybody can have it. He says, I got so much. It's just come. You know what I'm talking about, Brother Yuan? The man, he got so much. But that on the Most High said, I got so much. Everybody can have it. Ain't nobody worrying about nothing, needing nothing. But the world tells you that you don't measure up enough. The world say you almost made it. The world said you could have been. You could have been a contender. You should have made it. Now hate the world because the world stopped you from being that. And all you got is hate. All you got is despair. All you got is depression. All you got is negativity in a cycle. And that's what the world feeds off of. The world thanks you for that negativity cycle. The world, Alana, wants you to be negative, wants you to fall asleep on the game. That's what they want. The Most High says, through all of this game that they trying to run, speak my truth. Speak my truth. Find and seek me. So when we find Simon Toko and we find Simon Kabungle, that's seeking and searching for the Most High. Are you satisfied with the blonde hair, blue eyes as the last prophet to come? Do you believe that the Most High didn't do nothing since him? That mean, Cupcake, they got you in a matrix. If you believe that ain't nobody came to see about the Most High people, if you believe that the Most High ain't sent nobody to check on his people in any kind of form or fashion, then you up there believing you done swallowed the dum pill, because that's not real. When you start searching for something other than what they're fast food feeding you, you will find that you will find the Most High. I told y'all, man, look, when the Most High told me to get into this Indian game, I didn't understand what he was telling me to do. When he told me to get up here and start preaching this word, I didn't understand what he was saying. I'm like, but I'm gonna do it though. Like, y'all see, I ain't got like a bunch of ads running nowhere. I ain't got a whole bunch of promotion and pushing it because I ain't no preacher. You dig? I ain't no preacher. This ain't my job. You know what I'm saying, my G? This is my love. I do this for the Most High. I ain't doing this for the cash. You dig? Or for the notoriety. Or for any of that. Like I do this for, like, if you come across it, like you on the cupcake, you come across it, you feel what's going on. Man, let's rock. Let's build. But I ain't trying to convince nobody. I'm giving his truth with peace and with love. I'm giving the truth. Most High says that you can try and talk to the idiot, and the Most High don't give you no points for that. The Most High gives you no points for going into the realm of the idiots and trying to tell them your truth. He doesn't. He says that you are wasting your time, actually. He says that you are giving it upon deaf ears, and those same people are going to kill and persecute you. He says it clearly. Most High says, give wisdom to the one that's seeking wisdom. You give wisdom to a wise person. Well, you got to believe that you're wise if you're seeking it. If you're here, you're seeking it. You got to know that you're wise. He says, if you give wisdom to a wise person, then you got somebody that's a warrior. You got a friend, a brother, a sister for life. That's what we're building. So here in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, it says, for the Most High had not given us a spirit of fear. So we hopped in the Indian game. We hopped in this giving the word game because there ain't no fear. I know who was backing me. I know who put their steering wheel in my back. I had a brother that's in the Indian culture, right? In my Indian culture, deep into the African spiritualism and been to Africa. I mean, brother's deep. I ain't got nothing against the brother. My brother asked me, he said, man, who taught you? Because I sound so different from everybody. I ain't the Christian. I ain't the Baptist. I ain't the Seventh-day Adventist. I ain't the Allah. I ain't none of that. So they like, who taught you? I'm like, ain't nobody taught me. I read for myself, my nigga. Like, that's such a crazy thing these days. To read for yourself and to come up with your own understanding or allowing the Father to give you understanding. That is like a wild concept. Everybody's got to be led. You got to come from some camp. No, my nigga, I read. I opened the book and I continued to read. And I saw this real plainly, like the same way they taught us in school, reading comprehension. I comprehended the words that was written. And I realized that everybody else been lying. I ain't no genius. I got reading comprehension. I can read it and see that what's coming out that pork chop preacher mouth is a lie. I can read it and see what's coming out that Jewish rabbi's mouth is a lie. I can read it and see what's coming out of Harry Krishna's mouth is a lie. This ain't rocket science. The Most High gives you the power to love and of a sound mind. I don't need nobody to tell me that I am a child of the Creator, that I'm loved by whatever made me, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to put me in a classroom to tell me that the thing that created me loves me. I know this. I don't have self-esteem issues. I don't believe that I'm, the rich of the earth, and I don't believe that. I believe I'm great. I ain't got to put a king on that. I ain't got to put a queen on that. I ain't got to put a duke on that. I ain't got to put a president on that. I ain't got to put a title on that. I can achieve whatever I freaking choose to achieve. If I want to go out there and plant a garden right now, I go plant a doggone garden. If I want to go and build a structure out there, I just go learn how to build a structure and do it. I want to build a business, I go and do it. I am a creator. I am a God. I don't need no nigga to tell me I'm a God. I can comprehend my ability and know that I'm a creator. And anything that created me, since I know how to create things, since I understand the process of creating, then I know that I could not just come out of a puff of smoke and that I could not have evolved from a goddamn monkey. That's common sense. I ain't come from no monkey. So if I ain't come from no monkey, then I might not be spinning on a ball neither, huh? If I ain't come from no monkey, I might not be spinning on no ball earth neither. If I understand how things are, and I know that it has to be what they call intelligent design. When I or you want to fix hair, or you want to cut somebody's hair, or you want to beautify your home, you stop, you think, you comprise a concept, and then you follow it. That's called intellectual design. Now you're going to tell me as a human being, I have intellectual design, and the thing that created me didn't have an intellectual design when it created me? Yeah. What's it? They say, oh, the moon. Oh, yeah, it said, not be on a rock. But the Most High tell us in our scripture that we're on 4 pillars. We're on a flat plane. In our eyes, we see a flat plane. But we let them tell us a globe. Witchcraft. Have no fear. Stop speaking your fear. The scripture says, for the Most High had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. He gave us a spirit of power, Alana. Chanel, my rib, the Most High gave us a spirit of power. Ladies have immense power. They bring forth every man that has power, don't they? That means that they can bottle that power inside them 2 times. They got their power they balling, then they got the baby power they balling. You know, that's woo. We should stop getting caught up in the order that the Most High has given us. We should not allow the Western psychology to convince us that the ways of the Most High is antiquated and can't be done. You gotta stop that. You gotta let that go. Let's go to Psalm 55 and let you guys out of here. It's pretty long. I was gonna do Psalms, verse 22, but we're gonna read it all out tonight. I think it's important that we read it all out. So it goes, this is the chief musician, the Niganoth. And Niganoth is what he was because remember, the Nagid, Nagaid, is the title of the royal house of David, the Nagid. When they say the word nigger, we are Nagas. They try to turn it into a disrespectful or a derogatory term, but we are by far the Nagid. So the royal house of the Most High. So give ear to my prayer, O Most High, and hide not thyself from my supplication. That's from me going through it. from me bringing it to you. Supplication is the world breaking you down, breaking your shoulders, and you not attacking the world with your anger, with your thoughts, but giving it unto the Most High. Most High. Verse 2. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make noise because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is so pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Now, see, that's the truth that most people have. Most High said, I don't want you to spread that truth, because there's something else. When we speak of all the things that we've gone through, the trials, the tribulations, the baggage, that's the lie that the Most High said, man, stop spreading that. Get that to me and let me turn that into a testimony, a positive thing, not an oppressive thing, not wickedness, not casting iniquity upon others, not putting yourself vulnerable against people that hate you. It says, my heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. That is not of the Most High, right? Because the Most High does not bring fear. It says, and I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away. That was Snoop Dogg's famous quote on the song with the swing chariot, swing low, anyway. It said, for if I had wings like a dove, for then I would fly and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness. Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Most High, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. We act like these words ain't for right now. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it all. Like a poem, right? That's why it's called Psalms, right? It's a poem, it tells you about what's happening right now. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. We know how our streets get down, right? Verse 12. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have been born of it. I want y'all to hear this. It was not an enemy. We don't care about when enemies get at us. We don't care what enemies think about us, right? We ain't got no pain when it comes to enemies. We got to realize our pain is because we care about the people that have done us wrong. And as quick as we can understand that, then we can let that go onto the Most High. I'll explain. For it was not an enemy that reproached me. Then I could have borne it. I could have taken that. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. No, but it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance. That's what a true friendship is, right? That's what a true relationship is, right? They're your guide and acquaintance. You dig? It's a give and take, a relationship, a marriage, a kingdom is a give and take. The king teaches, and then the people teaches the king. Man teaches his wife, then his wife teaches him. If she's taking the teaching of her husband, she's leveling up. Then she's gonna see something else, connect to some education that he didn't have. That's how it's supposed to be. No competition. It's supposed to be a coming together, leveling up. So much of us don't understand that. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of the Most High in company. Let death seize upon them. He said, even though that was my people, they try to stab me in the back. Kill them niggas though. Man, y'all got to get some enjoyment out of the scripture sometime, man, because, it's hard. Some of the scriptures are real, real hard to deal with. But in Psalms 55, chapter 15, David is saying, look, these my people. I know what I'm asking you, Most High. These my people. But kill them, because these people are truly trying to separate all of your flock from you. And as much as I love them, as much as this pains me, kill them. How many of you can say that about your family members? How many of you could pray that prayer? How many of you are so locked, stock, and barrel with the Most High that it don't matter who they are? If they ain't rocking with the Most High, they can die. How many are you there? I'm going to look y'all in your eye tonight. I'm there. Already. I'm there. I want you to, I just want to get out the cameras first, too. I'm already there. Lock, stock, and barrel now. You know what I'm saying, Alana? See, when you understand that judgment comes to your soul, how can you put somebody else in control of your soul? Let me just ask you that question. I'm with David. I'm with Dawid. If you're against the Most High and you're against his law and his order, you can die. Whoever you are in my life. Grandmother, my favorite. I love my grandmother. Y'all understand how much I love my grandmother. Y'all ain't got no idea. I talked to her today. That's my sweet. But if it had to be, it's got to be. She lived a good life. She did everything she wanted to do. She got a full family. I guess y'all don't think about it like that, huh? I guess that's militant, huh? Well, that's what the government wants you to think. It's not militant. It's following the Most High. If the Most High is doing it for your benefit, because anything that's against him is a stumbling block to you. It has the opportunity to make you flinch. It has the opportunity to make you pause when you should be moving straight. It has the opportunity to be like Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah. What if Lot would have turned around with his wife and they both would have turned to a pillar of salt? Understand what it is to follow the Most High. Let death seize upon them and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon the Most High, and the Most High shall save me. Evening and morning, and at noon will I pray and cry out loud, and he shall hear my voice. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle. He delivered your soul from every day. We all trying to get out the battle. Aren't we all looking for our souls to be rescued in peace? Stop looking for a man or a woman to do it. You got to know the Most High is going to do it. Because the person next to you, like we had in the line beforehand, could be the one stabbing you in the back. The Most High could be telling you, whoa, 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 watch Johnny over here. Watch Johnny. Sally ain't no better. Watch Johnny and Sally, bro. But are you a Captain Saver with a cape? In these end times, these stumbling blocks, it's going to be hard, man. Don't y'all see that the Euphrates is drying up? That's what the Most High said. He's going to bring everybody down for a God that made God to fight. Don't y'all see that Russia and now connecting with China? Don't y'all see that the Saudi Arabia, the Dan and Sheba is not rocking with America, that they are now talking to Russia? Come on, man. Can't y'all see these prophecies happening? What is you doing playing? What is you doing playing? Oh, you didn't see the news. Oh, you didn't put it together. Oh, you ain't been reading. They call that in scripture. When they talk about the women that had the lampstand, that had the oil for the lampstand. They said that the Most High was going to come back for his brides. But his brides didn't believe he was coming back, didn't know when they was coming back, so they burned all the oil. And then after that, only 6 of them made it. And the other ones with no oil knocking on the door to Yasha saying, can we get in? He said, man, I gave you enough oil. I told you to seek me. I gave you the news. You can see the prophecies coming. I gave you messianic people to speak to you. I gave you that. I gave you the scripture, even though they try to change that so much, you can still see the truth that's right there. What you gonna say? What you gonna say? I want to be delivered from in peace with all this that's happening. Y'all speaking on Chanel. I don't know what people need to see to know this is happening. I don't know what people need to see to understand and take this seriously. That don't mean you're going out and buy all of this water and toilet tissue and all that. No, you need to understand that these prophecies are happening. Get your mouth in order. Don't worry about all provisions. Get your heart in order. That's what the Most High is requiring. He ain't requiring you to go out and get provisions and stock your houses. He said, get your ass in order. That's what he wants. He wants you to get your ass in order. He wants you to get your mind right. He wants you to get your tongue right. He wants you to get your heart right. That's what he wants to be in order when he comes. But so many of us want to put it on everything else in this world. Instead of looking at ourselves, we never ever want to look at ourselves. But some of us are. And the ones that are seeing everything. The ones that are noticing the Euphrates. They're knowing that these prophecies are coming together. They are seeing these things connect. And they are getting their spirit in order. They're getting their things in line. Most High says, you keep no grudges to your sisters and your brothers. Do not let your heart wax cold in this hour, in this day. Our people so carnal, man. They so carnal, man. Verse 19. The Most High shall hear and afflict them. What is he going to do to them? All the ones that can't seem to connect the pieces of the puzzle. All the ones that want to play dum-dum. Oh, I didn't know, but it says the Most High shall hear and afflict them. Oh, yeah, they're going to be praying. He said, I'm going to hear you. I'm going to hear that. I'm going to hear you talking about what you ain't know. Yeah, I'm going to hear you talking about, but what about, but you know I love you. He going to what is love to you? Because love to me, I wrote in my book, and love to me is following my commandments and loving your brothers and sisters. And if you didn't do that, then you don't love me. Your words mean nothing. It says, Most High shall hear and afflict them. Even he that abideth of old, Selah. Say, even the ones that's keeping the old laws. Because they have no changes. Therefore, they fear not the Most High. He said, yeah, they out here following feast days, but they still fucking some hoes. We have no idea. Shalom, Makoti. The things that we do are so horrifying unto the Most High. These men in these pulpits, homosexuality, homongering, it don't matter. The Most High doesn't care if you're sticking your penis into an asshole or into a vagina. If you're not doing it in its order, he's not having it. It says, the Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, because they have no changes. Therefore, they fear not the Most High. They still negotiating. They still think he got time to get it together. They still think that they can ration. As I said, the Most High says in this hour to love his children, to take care of the needy, the poor, the widow, the orphan. He has given us Simon Toko. He has given us Simon Kabungu. He has given us other men that have done miraculous things in the name of him. Not in their name, but in the name of the Most High. These men were able to get the Congolese, Belgian army and country to leave the Congo, for them to create their, with no guns. They imprisoned the people, they burned the people, they did all these things. But when Simon Toko brought cherubim, actual cherubim, in 1940, I think it was 49, he did, 1959. In 1959, no, 51, 1951, because it was 49 was when your boy died, right? So they were able to bring cherubim to this earth. They said they appeared out of nowhere and disappeared just as the same they appeared. See, when we think that we're looking at the world, we're only looking at what the Most High wants us to see. You have angels and cherubim all around you. When you are righteous, you can call upon them. When you are purified in the word or in the commandments or in the law, that's your heritage. That's your birthright. You got a lot of people talking about they super bodies. They want to get their God body, their head, and they metaphysical, gonna connect and gonna be these things. Nah, nigga, you ain't. Nigga, you ain't. You continue to try and run your little sex games. They run their little sex cults and practices in this metaphysical Egypt bullcrap. Nigga, you ain't gonna metaphysical nothing, because the pharaohs, in order for them to do it, they had to have sex with 13-year-old virgin boys to open the pineal gland. And the pharaoh wasn't the one that got the downloads, it was the little faggot boy. Facts. They called them the sages. Facts. So no metaphysical, no Ra, no Amen, no none of that is going to rise up and have no God bodies whatsoever when the Most High brings forth his prophecies. It's all a lie. It's fictitious. It's bull. There's 144 that the Most High says is going to come through. 144. He said they're going to be virgins. Virgins. You understand purity, iniquity, what the Most High is? Oh, I'm breaking up. I'm sorry to hear that. It comes in better. Purity, and what the Most High calls his righteousness. People have dreams and visions that the Most High says is going to happen. He told us others to be watchmen. What you see in your dreams and your visions are reality of things to come. What you are able to see with your eyes is what the Most High chooses for you to see. Some people see auras over people. They see colors. There are cherubim and angels walking with us. They got the business to handle. The Most High says in his end times, your redemption for the accused is that you get your buttocks, your ass in line, your thoughts, your mouth, and your heart, because that's what he's coming to judge. He can care less about how many bottles of water you got. He can care less about how many gold bars you done stocked. He can care less about how much land you done bought. He can care less about how much you done started planting. You'll lose it all. 2nd Esdras chapter 16. clearly says the ones that will plant will not have it. The ones that will build will not stay in it. He said, but for the righteous, though, it'll be plentiful. He says, for the unrighteous, there'll be 4 men in the field. There'll be 3 in the bushes. There'll be overgrown of olives, but you'll only be able to find man if you search for him. If you search for him. That means a lot of people gonna die, homie. Like, get it? A lot of people gonna die. While you sitting here listening or watching me and you are rationalizing your iniquity, understand a whole bunch of niggas gonna die. Just put that there when you thinking about if you are righteous or if you're wrong, or if you read, or if you got enough time to read scriptures, or if you can work out being righteous in this world. Just think about that. A whole bunch of niggas gonna die. Is you gonna be one of them? If so, then I'll tell you like my man and Goldie, stick yourself, Tony. Go ahead and stick yourself, Tony. Stick yourself. Kill yourself now, because we don't need you. Use a stumbling block. And that's why David in Psalm 55 is saying very clearly, it wasn't my enemy. I could take it if it was my enemy. No, it was the one that walked in with me. It's the one that gave praise with me. That's the one that did it. That's why I can't take it. And the Most High says, hold up, verse 18. He had delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. Who is he talking about? If he said the one he walked in with, it stabbed him in the back, and David is feeling like they're all against his enemies. He said, but no. Read the scripture. It says, for there were many with him. Who was with them? The angels were with them. The cherubim, the cherubim, they were with him because his prayers cried out to their leader. Because see, they're an army on standby. Not like them Proud Boys. Who they just took him and put him in jail. But not like them. No. They on standby. They on standby away from your optical view. I'm telling you about Simon Toko because we had in 1950 actual sighting of cherubim that was known, and now it's a national holiday, January 4th, every year in Angola. Commencing cherubim showing up and giving the independence to the Congo. Come on, man. Euphrates is drying up. Sheba and Dedan have turned away the Western world and said they're not going to give them their oil. Togomar and Meshach and Tubal are quiet. Well, Togomar is not. Togomar is Russia, but Tubal and Meshach are quiet. That's Turkey. Quiet right now. The circle, the prophecies, all of the players are coming to the table. The landmass that the Father said he will prepare for the battle is being prepared before our very eyes. And we say we watching the Most High. We say we part of him. We say that we doing this. We say we this and we say we that. But are you watching and really understanding what is going on? Man. Verse 19, after it says, for there were many with me, the Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, say loud, because they have no changes. Therefore they fear not the Most High. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. What? He says he's done this to the ones that be at peace with him. Are you hearing me? All these people that talk that they think they know what their relationship is with the Most High. They say all of that to hide that dang, they don't know it. Man, It says he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The word of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. To the valley of Jehoshaphat, facts. Cast thy burden upon the Most High. Again and again, over and over again, the Most High tells you what to bring your pain. He tells you what to bring your anger. He tells you what to bring everything you feel. Because everything you feel is a lie. Everything you feel is a lie. We live in a world of lies. You are immersed in lies. You are a lie. Your name is a lie. Do you get it? You live in a land that is stolen land. It's a lie. You are living in a lie. Man. Like, I be trying to be cool, man. Like, y'all have no idea the fire that's in me. How I crave the Father's righteousness and judgment. Man, look. The Most High is not a fan of smooth words, but he expects us to be a representative of him and speak his truth in peace. Does not give it to him in strife, does not say give it to him in any form of fashion, because his truth is a sword. He's telling you, he said, look, man, I'm telling y'all, you look, they may not believe right there in front of you, but I'm telling you, when you quote my words, it's 5-palm death. You know what I'm saying? They're gone. All right. You got to know that you love him and that all you want is for him to be happy. That you don't need your flesh to be happy with your interaction with this world. You don't. It says, cast thy burdens upon the Most High. That's why you need not be concerned about the world. That's why the scripture in 55 starts where David is saying, if it was my enemy, I would just hide from my enemy. Because I know there ain't no coming back from that. Either I got to kill him or they got to kill me. It is what it is. He said, it wasn't that though. You know what I'm saying? He said, and it wasn't the one that spoke just evil thoughts towards me. It wasn't even that. It was the one that walked in hand with me into your temple, that gave praise with me. Man, I don't know how to handle that. Most High says, how you handle that, get yourself together. First of all, get yourself together, boy. Right? How you handle that is that you only speak my truth and you give me your burdens. And I'm going to let that fire keep on building. I'm going to let that fire keep on building in you. Because everything that's happened, I'm doing to you for a reason. Because I created you. I got something for you. I don't care that everybody sees you as a regular worker. I don't care if everybody sees you struggling. I don't care if everybody sees this or sees that about you. I got something for you that ain't nobody understanding. I got something that you gonna be that ain't nobody could even comprehend. I just need you to keep building and holding it. I keep needing you to put that fire, that power in the bottle. I need you to keep holding it and learn to give it. Now I'm gonna test you because you got a lot of power in you. You're exerting it. People seeing it. They sweating when they're around you. They don't want to hear your words, but I'm gonna test you in that because I don't need you to be overpowered. You can't be Chernobyl. I can't have you do a meltdown. I need to make sure that you can handle this power before I give you some more. So I'm gonna give you a little more drama. I need to know that you're not gonna melt like Chernobyl. So I'm gonna give you a little more drama. I'm gonna give you another test, but this gonna level you up because I ain't testing you if you bout me. I know you bout me. Now your test is for leveling up because now every dragon you defeat, every obstacle you come over, it's leveling you up, baby. You getting more than what you got before. You getting paid more than you got before. You got a peace of mind like you ain't had before. But y'all ain't hearing me. Nah, y'all ain't no. No, y'all ain't hearing me. See, Most High said, get out your flesh. Don't speak your flesh out loud. Bring that to me, because your flesh is a lie, and anything you say in that is a lie. I want you to be able to stand on my rock. It says, verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they are drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon me. Most High say, I know what they did to you, but cast it to me. Cast it to me. Shake it off, baby. Shake it off. Cast it to me. And it says, and he shall sustain thee. Yeah. The word sustain doesn't mean level up, but more importantly, it means you won't go down. I give all praises. Because really, that's the only time that we really want to pull out that thing, right? When we think that we are losing something. When we think that we lose something that we can't get back, that's when we really get emotional. But the Most High says that if it is something that is righteous, you can't, nothing can be taken from you. No. So I'll sustain you. I'll keep it. I'll keep what you got that's righteous. Don't worry about it. Just bring the problems to me. I give all praise. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. The Most High says, I will not suffer you to be moved. Now, a lot of people may get this word move confused, right? They may think move as in a physical place. No. It's talking about the spiritual for your foundation, that oak that is planted by the water, by the river. That's what he's talking about, ain't gonna be moved. Your geographical location means nada to Papa. Nada to Papa. Papa said, wherever you put your feet, baby, wherever you put your sandal is yours, baby. You hear me? Now, he ain't talking about no geographical situation here. He says you won't be moved off of his rock. You won't be moved off his rock. He will not subject you to be a liar. The Most High will not subject you to be a liar. Because remember, while you was going through your persecution, you were speaking his word. So you can't be moved off of that. Because you can't be a liar. He says, if you speak in my word, then you cannot be moved. And if he says before that I sustain you, then he got you. Right? You're not going to lose nothing. Yeah, you're going to hear some things. You know, your spirit going to be ruffled. You know, we get there. You know what I'm saying? Our spirits get ruffled. You know. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, the image coming to my mind right now is our spirit is, let's go to Friday. Our spirit be like your boy Debo knocked out. And we standing over him, you got knocked out. Yeah, that's how our spirit be sometimes. It be knocked out. It be some real things happening in this world that really shake us. But if you spoke the Most High's truth through all things, you will never force to be moved off of your righteous and off of those words. Oh, praise. And our last verse, and we're going to end for the night. Verse 23, chapter 55, Psalms. But thou, O Most High, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days. But I will trust in thee. Only part, that's right, my brother Adon. Only part with the things of this world. We don't part with the things of the Most High. That we would never be moved off. That we would never give up. We will always be on that rock. Now, we may spit his rock and talk his rock, and we could be like Moses. not make it in the promised land. Yeah, Moses was speaking his word. He brought us all through Egypt. But that mouth of his laid up there because he was tired of Israel getting at him. Remember, Moses had 12 tribes getting at him about you trying to kill us, bro. You done brought us all the way out here. Moses got tired of it, struck the rock one time, and the Most High was like, that, you ain't giving him my peace. Yeah, you use my word. Yeah, you use my staff that I gave you to strike the thing, rock with. Yeah, I had told you to do it before, but I didn't tell you to do it that time. No, I didn't. No, I did not. So Moses, come on, we need to talk about this here. You know what I'm talking about? Because I put you in a position. You a company man. You rock with the Most High. You don't, we don't, we company. I'm a company man. Most High, I'm a company man. Call me. I'm out. I'm going to run and tell my boss, because I'm a company man, everything. I just want y'all to know right now, when it comes to the Most High, I'm a Sambo, Uncle Tom, whatever. I'm running back. I'm telling him everything. Giving it all to him. I'm a company man. I'm 10 toes down, 10 fingers, 2 balls and a cane down. You heard me? 2 balls and a cane. So the Most High is saying that anybody else is gonna subject to be of destruction and bloody. I pray in this hour, man, that everybody understands how crucial it is to get our thoughts, our mouths, and our heart in order. The Most High doesn't care how much you prep for your physical flesh. He makes sure you prepping for your spirit. That's what the Most High requires. Prepping for your spirit. But that's it, man. We out. We'll see you guys on Shabbat. I have no idea what we're gonna do for Shabbat, but Okoti is. I asked her to do something for me today. We're gonna have a special show that I'm gonna do for Passover. As everybody know, Passover is coming. We need to start getting ready for Passover now. It is the today is the 17th. Goodness gracious, I thought the day was the 16th. I messed up on something I was supposed to do tonight. No. No, that's right, because the time clicked over. It's the 17th tomorrow. I'm tripping, y'all. Forgive me. The day is the 16th. Tomorrow's the 17th. But my computer, since it's after midnight, switched over. But fasting. The Most High is Zechariah. I read tonight Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. But as you read that entire book, the Most High set aside fasting in 4 different months and as blessings for Yehuda. So as we all know, we fast for unleavened bread. We get rid of all of the stuff for the Feast of Weeks. But this fasting, because it's the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, and the 10th month, I want to educate us about it, and we can all do it together. Fasting is powerful and it's important. And if we can align our fasting along with the old, as what the Most High has said was part of our feast days as well, many of those fasts are already connected to feast days.